So, very interesting weather going on here in the U.S. and Canada. We have a wintertime heat wave, one of the largest ever recorded, going from the Arctic Circle all the way down to Central America. Absolutely amazing heat. But we'll talk about that on later videos as we watch its progression. Right now, I want to concentrate on plastics. Why plastics? Right now, the world seems to be going through a make as much money at any cost kind of thing. Greed is really taken over. Make as much money no matter what the consequences. The plastics industry is ramping up sharply. In Pennsylvania, Ohio, and in West Virginia, giant plastics plants are being manufactured and are under construction. The Orange administration is going to assist in loan guarantees this year for that plastic manufacturing to go on. More plastics plants are planned near a wetland in Mississippi, one of the biggest in the world. That's 3 major plastics industries going in the U.S. when we know that plastic is one of the worst things that ever happened to our poor planet. In fact, it's getting so bad that experts are saying that we're going to go flying past 1.5C if we don't curb or have our plastics use. But we're going the opposite way. But let's look at this. Not only is it the fossil fuels industry's fault, but it's humans' fault. Look at the demand. Let's look at this chart. As you can see, the demand has been going through the roof. You people want more plastic, according to this chart here. You'll notice how lethal some of this stuff is and how plastic is now weaving its way into even wool and cotton clothing. Just the fibers, not plastic itself, but plastic fibers are becoming part of cotton and wool clothing. So plastic particles have been found in the deepest part of all the oceans. It's everywhere. As we find more and more use for plastic, it's going to find itself more and more inside of us. This is all the newest, latest information. The average U.S.en ingests more than 70,000 microplastic particles yearly. That is a sharp increase. You see, pretty soon they'll start deliberately putting plastic particles in food because it's cheaper, and there's a bug on the camera. Come on, you have to go away. There you go. I think I smeared it. I didn't mean to. Yeah, made a mess on the camera. I was trying to push the thing off. I'm hearing a vehicle that shouldn't be able to be up there. That's all trees up there. How could there be a vehicle? What is that noise? So the forecast for the growth of plastic will be 3.5 to 4% yearly. In other words, it will grow 3 to 4% year by year by year. So how much plastic has been produced since its conception? How about 8.3 billion tons is still around? And that started at 70 years ago. The very first piece of plastic is still around. It takes thousands or even millions of years to break down plastic, if it breaks down at all. After it just keeps getting smaller. So as we see what we're doing to our poor oceans, 5 trillion pieces of plastic are now in the ocean as of 2019. So what am I trying to say here? I am trying to say that the present leadership around the world has completely put their middle finger up to the environment. It's now build, manufacturing as fast as you can, because growth is the only answer. As we know, infinite growth on a finite planet is impossible. It's an oxymoron. The same goes for birthing. Humans are birthing. The same goes for meat production. It's going up. Trees are coming down. It's not them that's at fault. It's us for eating it. It's for us for using plastic and not researching what we're buying. Never ever use one-use plastic, such as coffee cups and stirrers and plastic bags at the store. Why don't you ask the stores if they couldn't go to bio bags instead? It really is up to us. We can't expect these greedy people to change their ways. So it's got to be the leadership that you go after, and you go after it, and you go after it. What do you think about the leadership? There are many on here that say that it's impossible that Bernie Sanders can win. Do you believe that? Do you think there's any way we could get Bernie Sanders in? Well, that he doesn't have to be with the Democrats, you know. Independent would be better than nothing. It's almost as if the world is being made so that we're so busy all the time that we don't see what's going on around us too much. We're too worried about the traffic or the meeting or whether you did something the day before at work or backstabbing or whatever it is. And we're not paying attention to what little wilderness there is left. Slowly just being cut down and ground up and thrown on the market for you to consume. For you to consume. Consume. What can you do? How do you consume? I always go for the very high-end, good quality stuff so I don't have to buy it over and over and over. I don't shop at the home crapo stores, the wall crap stores, the low-end stores. That stuff will be in the landfill within a year, and you'll be going back to those cheap stores to buy more cheap junk. Stay away from cheap junk. Ask for metal instead of plastic construction. We all have mouths. When we're doing reviews, if you do reviews, you can ask for metal instead of plastic over and over, and maybe it'll catch on. Metal is 100% recyclable, whereas plastic is the scourge of the planet. Not many comments anymore. I don't know if that's YouTube or it's just people getting frustrated with the channel. I appreciate the ups, the downs, and all the comments you have. And until next time. And don't forget the subscribers. I appreciate them too.